Hi, everybody. It's Lena Rodriguez coming to you from Australia and tomorrow. It's one of my special gifts. Okay, now, I like to start with a bit of good news. And this week, Brittany was freed. She has been released from the clutches of her father. So that has to be something to be celebrated. But also, Omarosa had a big win with her non-disclosure case. So let's just back up on Omarosa for a minute, right? We all know she got her big break on The Apprentice. Now, if you were on The Apprentice, you actually got to see the Yeti before it was all edited and made smooth and shiny. So she knew, Omarosa knew he was an inarticulate, lecherous cretin with a speed habit, right? She knew. So she thought, I'll go and work for him. I'm sorry, but we'll go with that. We know what happened. She went to work for him, only to find he was a dangerous, inarticulate, lecherous cretin. But she did challenge it, and I think it's been quite a grueling couple of years. But she's won, and that's really important because it means it's a breakthrough ruling for other people who have signed these stupid documents saying basically you can't speak about the Yeti forever. And it's a really important milestone. Right? So in other news, this is going to be quick today because very shortly at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going on Becca's channel, The House of Lenormand, and doing a four-way with Johnny, Jen Lynn, Becca, and myself. So I'm just doing a couple of essential catch-ups here. I'm mainly frustrated on your behalf, beloved and intrepid viewers, that the Dems, why is it they can't play hardball? Why is that? Sinema, hopefully, her party will pull her into line. That's what we'll look at first. They've been talking, oh, she's so bad. We're going to have a vote of no confidence. We're going to have a vote of no confidence. Future tense, like, are they? Have I got it wrong, viewers? Is this silly? Have they already done it? I don't know that they have, so I'm reading it in good faith. Are they going to actually go ahead and do that? Her own party in Arizona, are they going to pull her into line one way or another? What fell out? Sitting pretty. Let's go. Let's go. So she's gone from being a Green candidate to voting against a minimum wage of $15. How shameful is that? And we know that she is being backed by the fossil fuels. Will her party call her into line? Have a look here. I'm not sure, really. I have to say, I need a clarifier on this strength card. So here she is. It's like she's oblivious to all this dreadful, sellout stuff she's done. She's just, it's okay, I'm now really rich, and what do you want me to vote for? Big business, I'll vote for it because I don't care, because I'm all right. Other people are getting upset, over emotional about it. Right? It's dawned on her, she might be in for a bit of a fight. She's certainly not going to get re-elected, but it's like this is her main card. And this is news. It's a brand new day that she might be in trouble. She is massively deluded. I think because she's very new to the game of politics, which is a vicious game, we all know that. But she's still in the deluded phase. And then comes the strength card. Is it her strength or the Dems will prevail as a party over her? So I want to find out. Can we please have a clarifier on the strength card? Oops. Clarifier on the strength card. Oh, okay. They're still making up their mind one way or another how much they can do. This is the argument going around behind the scenes. Let's hope they get their act together and are able to do this. The last thing America needs is fake Dems taking up Senate seats and House seats. The last thing they need. Okay, so now, will they go hard on Manchin? Because so far they haven't, and they've got all the goods in front of them. Why don't they do what the feds did to Bernie Madoff? Was that the one who finally, one of the few white men to go to jail in the last 100 years? The wife, suspect, pretended she had qualifications, she didn't. But the daughter, why aren't they saying your daughter and the EpiPen scandal? So remember, she bought into the company that produced EpiPens that used to cost a few dollars. Then, thanks to her mother on the education board, got a ruling every school has to have 2 EpiPens, bought from them. And now the price mysteriously is $100 or $120. It's an absolute rort. It's a total scam. And I want to know whether they're going to use that. Why haven't they used it? They're so Boy Scout and Girl Scout in there. So are they going to do the dirty to pull him into line or not? Sorry, here we go. King of Swords, interjudicial thing, all more swords. Oh, a trade-off. Victory. Oh, oh, oh. As you could tell by my tone, I wasn't really expecting them to do anything more than they've been doing, which is nothing to pressure him. But they know there's a legal case. This isn't a maybe. They know there's a legal case, right? They're thinking about it seriously. They might say to him, you have to do a deal with us. This is, you know, compromise and other things. Or we're going to go all out and this could not be good news for your daughter and potentially your wife, ex-wife, whoever she was. Or is it me, wishful thinking? We'll have to wait and see. Oh my God. It's so important. This infrastructure bill is so important. And you've got these 2 slimy clowns holding it up. I'm sorry, America. Your system is very, very weird. You narrowly averted a government shutdown again. Other countries don't do this. Oh, we'll just pull the plug on government money every 5 minutes. Why do you have these weird systems? But what happens, as I've said often, is if you tell people often enough it's the best system in the world, they believe it. And even if it's the worst system in the world, they believe it. So this is all about, all this horror and stress and trauma is about, I think, encouraging Americans and in other countries to really, really look at their system of government, to come to the blinding realization, none of us are currently being governed. It's just all these deals that are made over our heads, like submarines, nuclear-powered submarines, on. And we can either whinge and complain and carry on that the politicians aren't working for us, or we have to stand up and be counted in whatever way we can. They work for us, and we've all forgotten that. So it's really important to keep that front and centre. And I don't think just stay in your echo chamber and only talk to like-minded people, but reinforce yourself by hanging out with like-minded people wherever you are. It's an online world. You can find them and find that little thing you can do, because it helps you. It helps get rid of that paralysis by actually doing something. And don't think because it's small, it doesn't matter. It all adds up. So just let me see the time. Oh. I will just do one more. And this is the guy, John Eastman. When you saw pictures of Giuliani and the others at those rallies, he was the guy in the cowboy hat. And he drafted the famous, now famous, 6-point memo. How to overthrow the American government in 6 points. And he did. And they tried. And it almost worked. Which takes me to my last point before I get on to Eastman. I'm sure you guys are frustrated too, that as people are coming up, January 6th insurrectionists, like the woman who outright threatened to kill Pelosi, her charges are dumbed down to, oh, well, you know, a little misdemeanor or something. What, you know, what is all I know, okay? But let me share this, viewers. However frustrating this all is, remember, the longer these court cases, particularly the SDNY and those big court cases involving Yeti.org, all the Trump family and so on, it's frustrating that they're going to not even start till next year. But two things. One is, don't forget, they got a grand jury in place in July for 3 months, which at the time was unprecedented. It's usually only a month or 6 weeks. So July, August, September, they're only starting to put it all together now. It will go into next year, well into next year. But the upside, people have short memories. So if this is playing out leading into the midterms, all this stuff's going to be unveiled prior to the midterms. So Biden's under pressure now, the Dems are under pressure now, but there'll be a turnaround, I hope, next year, right, when all this comes on stream. Now, having a look at John Eastman, who, by the way, I think is the brother of Linda, who married Paul McCartney. So that means he would have, didn't they collect huge amounts of money from the Kodak camera sort of family business? Is that right? People, can you let me know, please? I think they inherited Kodak. I don't know. Let's see. John Eastman, 6-point plan to overthrow the democracy of the United States. And let's see if anything happens to him or not. John Eastman. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right. So what are the women about? Queens. Here's the thing with John Eastman. Now, I think he's going to try and do a runner. What does that mean? It could be that he changes his name, gets a blonde wig and moves to Panama, or it could be just keeping a really low profile out of the limelight. Women celebrating, why? Lady Justice. I think this is, I'll go as far as to say, I think it's 3 women attorneys, stuff, who are working on this case. And I don't think he's going to get away with it, because he chose to chain himself to the devil and to act in truly seditious ways. And that is going to become a burden to him, a legal burden for him. I don't know that I'm even getting a jail vibe for this, but he comparatively is low-hanging fruit. And I think I'm right in saying they're really going to put the squeeze on him to give up the bigger players on the day. I certainly hope so. Well, intrepid viewers, there's also been the unleashing of, I think it's called the Pandora Papers. Remember, we had the Panama Papers. That's probably why I was thinking Panama for Eastman. The Pandora Papers, and it's blowing the lid off lots of deals by the uber wealthy and heads of state and all of those things. So next video, I'll have to talk about that. In the meantime, I have to go off, make coffee, and we often go for 1.5 to 2 hours. So please go over to the House of Lenormand, one word, Lenormand, and I'll be there with Becca and the others. You guys take care. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.